91.5, the Rebel HD2, KUNV Las Vegas, the broadcast service of UNLV. Hanging out in the studio with my man Steve Allen, the host of What Happened in Las Vegas Today. He's got a special guest. He's hosting the show. Take it away, Steve.
Thank you, Andre. It's a lot of fun. Welcome to What Happened to Las Vegas Today is live, and we have a very, very special treat today. We have JC. Now, JC is better known as Sin City Sammy. And JC, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Doing well.
Thank you.
And he says he's doing well. However, we do know that he has got a little bit of a bug or something going on. So that's got to be tough on a singer when you have that.
You know what? It's a singer's nightmare. And I think what happened is I met you at vamp'd just before we did the 5150 show with Drew Jackson, and the day after those winds came in and on Saturday and just whipped my allergies into shape. And yeah, it's a singer's nightmare.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about JC and his performance. Unbelievable. If you even remotely like live music, you're going to love this show.
Thanks.
If you like Sammy Hagar, you're going to absolutely love this show. Oh, someone trying to call in and get that off there. If you love Van Halen or Van Hagar version of it, you're going to love the show. He does one of the best. If you can't see Sammy, you got to go see JC. As a matter of fact, just go see JC. You don't even need to go see Sammy, because he does all the popular songs, all the songs that you're like, oh, I forgot about that song. I forgot about that song. I forgot about that song. So my first question for you, and again, it's a show at vamp'd, and it was unbelievably cool. It was Drew Jackson's birthday.
Right, my buddy Drew.
And yep. Drew's awesome. Drew does the David Lee Roth era of Van Halen, so it was a Van Halen night.
Yeah, it was.
So it was crazy.
Yeah.
But and how did you get invited in? Just Drew said, "Hey, I want to continue the party," and
Drew and I have been buddies for several years, and we knew I'm 51. He was going to be 50, so we had been talking about this idea of having like a 5150 show.
Okay.
And he put the idea in motion. He used to do a Van Halen tribute years and years ago. So he hit me up about it, and I said, how can I say no? I mean,
yeah.
It's we close the show with Best of Both Worlds, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, I don't know that you're ever going to see Roth and Hagar on the same stage. I hope one day there is.
Right.
But until then, we'll do this.
Well, with the band, with the Van Halen band, and for those of you who have just crawled out from underneath a rock and don't know who Van Halen are, 5150 was a Van Halen album also, which ties in. But unbelievable chemistry between those guys, but then always turmoil. Like, the whole leaving of David Lee Roth, and then Sammy Hagar leaving and then writing a song about problems with the band, and then David Lee Roth going back, and then David Lee Roth going, ha ha ha, Sammy, when you come on, you're going to have to perform Jump, which is my song, every night, but then didn't realize that he had actually covered a Montrose song earlier in their career, so he had already covered a Sammy Hagar song, and it's just great. So let's talk a little bit first about what did you do before you did Sammy?
Well, to be honest, I took about a 20-year hiatus of playing music in the 80s, and in 2010 I had the itch again after jamming with some buddies. I'm originally from Texas, and some friends came up from Texas, almost my old band. And I said, guys, let's get together and jam. I pulled my guitar out of the closet and blew the dust off of it, and we jammed for a couple of days. And I got the bug again, and I just had to get back into it. So started networking myself with musicians and figuring out what the lay of the land is, how to get a lineup together, look for venues, and started performing semi-regularly out at Club Fortune in Henderson.
Okay, yeah.
And put a little band together. We won a battle of the bands and kind of became the house band there for a while. And up to last year, or up to 3 years ago, I was playing in a 90s tribute band and playing grunge and 90s Alice in Chains type rock and loving it, but I just had the itch to do something different, and this kind of fell in my lap.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So let's now go to, you're going to do this, and all of a sudden, why Sammy Hagar? Did somebody go, man, you look like? Because I'm telling you, folks, if you go see it, and you guys will see this on the YouTube show, comes out about 3 or 4 weeks after this. But we're going to have live video of this. Plus, we're streaming live on Facebook right now. So go Sin City Sammy 55, or go to Steve Allen 1L, and you can see that. Plus, EMG is streaming it live, so you can see it all over the place. We are live everywhere. So if you're connected with us on social media, definitely check it out. But you have the look. I mean, you said Sammyisms. I love that. But yeah, all the idiosyncrasies. Like, when did you first realize that you had that look, and then you could copy it and do it so well?
I didn't realize it, and I went to do a jam at vamp'd on a Wednesday night. I want to say it was about it was in December of 2016, and it was the open jam, and I had an itch to do some Hagar, so I called some friends and I said, hey, you guys want to jam some Hagar tunes with me? I've just always been. My best friend is a Hagar freak. Growing up, he had Hagar playing all the time. And it was always around. And as a guitar player, I always found myself either warming up to 3 Lock Box, heavy metal, One Way to Rock, just fun riffs to play. And so I put a little quasi group together. We went down and jammed at vamp'd, and lo and behold, Danny Coker and Stoney Curtis were in the audience.
Oh, nice.
And they pulled me aside and they said, dude, you need to run with this. I didn't have blonde hair. I didn't have any facial hair. I didn't look anything like Sammy. But they said that the from the audience perspective, it sounded, and the place was loving it. So I didn't give it. I should have given it more attention. But I met up with Stoney again in January at the NAMM show in L.A. And he said he says to me, hey, you gonna do that Sammy thing? And I said, Stoney, that was a month ago. And he said, I know. Danny and I were talking about it last night.
Wow.
And I went, man, if guys like Stoney and,
Sure.
and my peers that I look up to and that perform regularly and put out records and do this for a living, feel that this is something I can do, I'll give it a stab. So I reached out to Mary Aiden, my bass player, and played her a little tape of what went on that night. And she looked over her glasses and said, honey, that's you? I said, that's me. She said, I know just the guy. She called Steve Heath, the guitar player. Mm-hmm. One thing led to another, and we started rehearsing. And it wasn't until I heard them play and just went, oh my gosh, these guys are beasts. They're I mean, you heard them play.
Oh yeah,
they're
it's
amazing.
unbelievable. And I love Mary because her name is spelled Merry.
Just like Christmas.
So she's and she's great, and the sound is all there.
And they're the ones that convinced me when we jammed. They said, we got you, and that's what did it.
So out of all the albums to pick for Sammy, you guys picked 3 Lock Box as the name of the band. So it's it's 3 Lock Box featuring Sin City Sammy. You look it up, look it up, search it up, find it up. We're going to talk about an upcoming gig you guys got in a couple seconds here.
Yeah.
But why that name? Why did you pick?
To be honest, it wasn't my pick. I had this. I wanted to name it something red, like Red Tribution or Red Rock.
Okay.
Red Rock or this, and started playing around and met up with Mary at vamp'd one night. And she goes, "Well, honey, I thought we were going to call it 3 Lock Box." And I said, "Then I guess it's going to be 3 Lock Box." So it just
happened.
It just happened. Yeah, it just happened. And luckily, there weren't any other bands running with the name that we could use. And so there are other Sammy Hagar-esque tribute bands that use a variation of the Van Halen name or other projects. And this one was available, and we thought we could encapsulate the Red Rocker himself, Sammy.
Yeah.
So when people come to a show, when you saw us, we only played Van Halen.
Oh yeah.
But we have a whole other show that is Sammy
all
Hagar.
the Sammy stuff. Yeah. The I Can't Drive 55, the Montrose era, and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. But yeah, it was so exciting to see. Like I said, I really appreciate people who go that extra mile and practice and look and see what they're trying to accomplish and do that. And that's what I saw in you.
Oh, thank you.
I have a friend who does Donald Trump. He's going all over the place. John's doing amazing stuff with Trump right now. He's just phenomenal, but he practices and listens. And that's what I saw when I was watching you on stage. I'm like, just the little moves and the little nuances that made it like, oh my God, I'm watching Sammy Hagar up there, but I know it's not.
Thank you.
I know it's JC, and I'm watching this going, this is amazing, and the sound is so good. I mean, it's not. There wasn't one sour note at all. For, even in live performance, there's always something, but there wasn't. You're just sitting there going,
thanks.
And the music is so dynamic. The catalog is so dynamic with Hagar that you can tell you guys are all having fun,
Absolutely. Enjoying
it. And when you guys have fun, the audience has fun. You have another performance coming up. You got a couple performances coming up. I saw. Let's talk about those a little bit. What's your next performance so people get out and see you?
The next performance is actually in September. It is on my 51st birthday, and I'm bringing Drew back with me. We're going to go back at vamp'd, and we're going to do a Sin City Sammy birthday bash at vamp'd on September 15th.
All right, September 15th. You guys got to be there on Saturday. And is there going to be a cost for this, or is it going to be another free show?
Cover.
Guys, no cover. You go to vamp'd. Great place to hang out. Great venue. Great food. Even Randy will test it out. I talked Randy into the meatloaf, mashed potato, whatever those rolls are. But yeah, unbelievable food there. But what a great room, and the audience is right there, right up against that stage, and you guys feed off them, they feed off of you. So that's going to be an awesome show. So everybody get out to vamp'd, look it up. It's on. They have it on their calendar on the web page. So get out there. You got to see 3 Lock Box featuring Sin City Sammy, and then you'll also have Drew there doing his version of Van Halen.
Yep.
So are you going to do Sammy or just Van Halen for you again?
We're going to do the full Sammy show, the full Sammy Hagar stuff. We're going to do Montrose. We're going to do Van Halen. It's going to be predominantly a 3 Lock Box show. We're going to bring Drew out for a segment of it.
Nice. That's going to be fantastic. So you guys can't miss that show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I am telling you, this will be the best thing. Al's over there going, yeah, but what about the Who invasion at the House of Blues this weekend? So there you go, Alf. There's the Who invasion, because they just played vamp'd also.
Oh, right.
So unbelievable show you put on.
Thank you.
And it's so much fun. And I actually made friends with you through Jimmy Romero. Jimmy Romero of the Hellenbacks, another great dynamic performer. And those are the kind of performers that I love you guys. I love you guys that love what you're doing, giving back to the community, and just up there just killing it when they perform. So you guys want to see a great show, go see this. So how often in public do you get mistaken for Sammy?
It happens a few times a week.
A few times a week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now at my day office job, the hair goes back in a ponytail, and I've got prescription glasses, and I'll get a look. But when the hair's down and I red it up, it happens everywhere. I made an appearance at the Hard Rock with Brent Muscat years ago. He asked me to come down and sit in on a couple, and he introduced me as Sammy, and this guy came running out of the restaurant. He goes, "Is it really you?" And I said, "I'm really me. I'm really me." And a few people have been fooled, but and that's not my intent. I mean, I'm having such a thrill doing what I feel is a quality tribute to one of my heroes. So I'm honored to even draw a comparison. I love and respect his full catalog. Emulating him on stage is not, for me. It's not. It's not. I don't want to say it's easy work, but it's not hard, because Sammy is legit. Sammy is real, as real as it comes, and I can relate to his guitar playing. I can relate to his vocal phrasing. I get it. I get him, and I just enjoy it. So when that curtain opens and the music starts, I'm not me anymore. I take him on.
Yeah, like we said, what a great catalog to take on. I mean, I love how he got the name the Red Rocker. I mean, it's kind of like why you guys picked 3 Lock Box. It just happened. I mean, he puts out a red album. He's wearing red clothes. He's in the red district in London or England or wherever where the album comes from, and he just gets that nickname.
Someone says, "Hey, aren't you the Red Rocker?"
Yeah. He had the song Red and stuff like that. And it's like, okay.
Yep.
So it just happened. So meant to be, kind of like you guys meant to be that. What other things have you done in your career? You said you were in Texas playing in a band. What type of music was that?
Oh, well, it was high school. It was high school back in the '80s. We were a garage band.
A legit garage band, because in Texas they have garages. Yeah,
that's right. So, but I moved to Nevada in '91, raising a family, and was wasn't playing, and so in 2010 is when I got back into it again. So I was just punching the clock, man, feeding kids.
Yeah, and a lot of us do.
Yep.
So you've now made this transition into doing the 3 Lock Box and the Sin City Sammy and doing these shows everywhere. If somebody wants to do this, what would you tell them? What would you say? Hey, look, I think I'm pretty good at this. I think you do this. What's that driving force, or what would you say to do to get started to do this?
Put in the work. I think, like anything in life, I think anything's achievable if you really put your mind to it and put in the work to do it. I was motivated by my peers and inspired by them, and I put my nose to the grindstone, and I abandoned all the other project I was in and focused on this, and we locked ourselves in the studio for 6 months till we felt it was ready.
Well, I tell you what, that really shows, because you guys will have to take my word for it. The sound is so phenomenal and so dynamic. Who do you use the same drummer all the time?
Danny Robert.
Danny Robert,
drummer,
yeah, because he's got the sound down too. Because there are definitely certain Hagar and Van Halen syncopations and that drum sound that's very unique. I mean,
Alex is one of the only guys that follows the guitar player. He follows Eddie. Even though Michael Anthony followed Alex and built a heck of a rhythm section, but Alex and Eddie are on a different level, and those two, there aren't a lot of drummers that'll take that on. And Danny's an exception.
No, and it's fantastic, because I guess it's such a unique sound, and when you hear it, you'll go, wow, that sounds exactly like what I expect it to sound like. It's not a cover. It's not a tribute. I mean, people look at those words and they're bad, but they're really good. I mean, it's a reenactment.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it is really good. It is unbelievably. Randy, you were there. What did you think? Did you have fun?
It was great. I mean, I especially loved the way the bass player and the drummer worked together. The rhythm section was really great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's truly fun. Mary is so dynamic. You guys got to get out to see her play, and then it's so much fun when you're at a place and everybody's having fun, from the audience to the wait staff to to the performers. What do you find that you like the most about performing, just in general?
Wow, that's a great question. I know I can't wait to do it. I know when we're ready to go. I come on, is it time? I get antsy and I'm excited to do it. I love sharing what we're building and getting that reaction. What you're doing. I do feel that, again, we've got a great product. I think it does Sammy justice. I think it does Van Halen justice. I think it does Montrose justice. And God, what do I love about it? I love working with the lineup I have. They're a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm just holding on for the ride. But I love doing justice to such iconic bands and artists that I look up to. It's an honor. So I take it seriously when we take the stage and when we rehearse. Danny says it best. We work at rehearsal. We have fun at shows. So we grind it out at rehearsals and get everything perfect, or as close to, and we put our best foot forward at showtime, and I enjoy that. I enjoy. It's almost like when a painter's done, he turns it around, and ta-da! That moment. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah, I could testify to the fact too, because at the show I saw you went on second. You closed the show. You ran the show, but it was you could see you preparing. You could see the energy building, because you're like, we're gonna be, and then bam, on stage, and bam, you lit that place up.
Thanks,
you
man.
lit that place up. It is so much fun. I had told you I had to work early the next day, and they said I'm probably gonna have to cut out early. I didn't cut out early.
Famous last word. Yeah, if I had $1 for every time that happened, it happens every show. I was gonna stay one more song, and then you played another song, and then you played another. I love it.
It was great. I was exhausted the next day, so because I had to be at work at 6 in the morning. So, I forget what even time it was. By the time I got home, I think I got to sleep at 3. I had to be at work at 6, so and I'm like, I think I got a nap in. I'm not sure, but it was so worth it.
Love it.
It was so worth it. And we talk about the entertainment in Las Vegas and places to go, and you can always go down on the Strip, and you can pay big money to go see big stars, and they're great shows. But here's an opportunity to see an unbelievably fantastic show for free. For free. Go in there. The food is awesome. The drinks are reasonable. Go do that. So, again, when is it going to be at vamp'd?
September 15th is a
September
Saturday night.
15th, Saturday night. Yep. Expect you all to be there. I will be there. If I am available, I'll be there. I'm planning on, unless I'm working, but even if not, I'll come after work. But yeah, so unbelievably fun. So let's talk about how can people follow you, find you, follow your career, know when you're performing next. I know you have something going after vamp'd too.
I do. They can follow me on Instagram at Sin City Sammy 55. I have 2 Facebook pages with the band, 3 Lockbox, the Ultimate Sammy Hagar Tribute, and Sin City Sammy for my own appearances and whatnot. We have a huge show coming up in October, and it is Rocktoberfest at the Cannery, and it is 4 of the best tribute bands around, if I dare include myself. We have a Rush tribute band.
Oh, great.
We have Van Halen.
Van Halen. I've seen them. I've seen them perform.
Best rock tribute bands.
Early painter pants suspender with the cigarette in the end of the guitar playing that. I saw that and I was like, whoa. Now this is the Cannery. This is the
Northside
Cannery. The Northside Cannery.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after Van Halen, it's Lose Your Illusion, one of the best Guns N' Roses tribute bands out there, and we close the show, and that is going to be Saturday, October 20th.
Okay.
And
fantastic.
It's a full day of tributes, man.
That sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. So when I put up the podcast this weekend, I will include all your links so people will be able to get on there, and that's going to be at What Happened to Las Vegas Today. You can find it at whathappened.world. But you also search it up on iTunes and Google Play. Go to What Happened to Las Vegas Today, and it'll pop up, and you can see all the shows. That'll post this Saturday, a rebroadcast or a redo of this. And I want to thank Andre very much for allowing us to come in on his EMG show and do this and have all these awesome people in here. So my next question for JC is, with all the practice and all of the enjoyment you have out of this, what would you say is the toughest song to play on the guitar? Because I know you play guitar and you do a lot of Sammy songs. And then what is the toughest song to sing as a Sammy song?
Easy answer, both of them. The toughest song for me to play on guitar is the song 3 Lockbox.
Oh, really?
Only because it's 3/4 timing. It's not your standard 4/4 rock and roll tune, and there are certain breaks that if I'm off, Danny's watching and he's got to compensate. So if my adrenaline is up and I missed my cue after the solo.
Okay, if you've seen the show, his adrenaline is always up.
It's always up.
So you got to watch for this then.
So I love playing the song. I just happen to get one part wrong because I'm so excited. And so the band's got to be on their toes with that. And then I would say the toughest song to sing, to perform, is probably Dreams by Van Halen.
Really?
It's upper register,
Okay.
and I've either got to do it in the middle of the set when my voice is warm, or out of the gate when my adrenaline's up and I can tackle
do it.
So
yeah, it's so good. I mean,
thanks.
It's so good. What is your favorite song? I mean, there's a lot of, or yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be your favorite. It's like your kids. It's like your kids. You can have a couple.
I would say that for nostalgia's sake, the first song that I did at the Jam, which opened the opportunity, was Heavy Metal.
Really?
Yeah, and that song, when we start that song from the first beat, it's almost like a sound tidal wave, and I can see the audience go, "Whoa, I love this song," and it just it just sucks them in, and so that one for me is a fun one to play.
Yeah, that definitely, yeah, great crowd, and that's what I do love about when you start listening to the music that you play, both as Sammy and at the Van Halen part. It's always amazing to watch people going, oh my God, that's a
Yep.
Sammy song. That's a Van Halen song. Oh my God, I know that song. Oh my God, I know that song. Oh my God, I know that song.
We just did a show in Indio at the Rock Yard at Fantasy Springs.
Okay.
And we were set up in a courtyard outside of a Jason Bonham concert. He was putting on a tribute to Led Zeppelin in the auditorium. So people were letting out, and we had so many people. We had a guy say, "We thought Sammy was playing a joke, man, and putting on a show." and another gentleman said, and I've heard this before too, "Never knew Sammy had so many great songs. Never knew that I liked so much Sammy."
Yeah.
He said, "I couldn't leave the show."
No, it is unbelievable.
The catalog is great.
Yeah. Now, I think, is Jason doing a project with Hagar right now? Or?
He's Sammy's drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for Chickenfoot though, right?
Not for
no,
Chickenfoot,
there's
for the Circle.
another project.
The
The
Circle.
Circle. The Circle, right? Yeah, that's that one. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that is amazing. I think you and I talked about that. I first heard Jason play back. God, it had to be like 25 years ago or something like that at an Emerson, Lake and Palmer concert.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, and they go, and no, here's Jason Bonham, and I'm like, oh my God, he's opening for them, and I'm like, wow. So yeah, that's crazy how all these performers come through and do all that stuff. So I really, really appreciate you coming in. I really appreciate your shows. They're so much fun. If you guys want to have a good time and you want to have fun, you've got to go out and see Three Lock Box featuring Sin City Sammy, and it's fantastic. So I want to again. We've got Vamp'd coming up on the 15th.
Vamp'd on the 15th.
On the 15th, that's the reverse birthday party. So for your birthday, we'll have cake there. It's going to be an awesome time. We can get a hold of you, all your contact information again for the radio. Go for it.
Three Lock Box, the Ultimate Sammy Hagar Tribute on Facebook, Sin City Sammy on Facebook. Hit me up, JAYCEE on Facebook. And you can also go to my website. What is my website? SinCitySammy.com.
SinCitySammy.com.
It'll link you to all my socials.
Yep, and I want to thank Andre again for letting What Happened in Las Vegas today come in and do this and bring these performers in. It is so much fun. We have a great time. Thank you, everyone on Facebook. Again, you can go to whathappened.world. You can link to everything there. You can link to both of my YouTube shows, What Happened to the World Today, What Happened to Las Vegas Today. You can connect up to the podcasts. Again, this will be put up as a podcast this Saturday. So you guys will be able to re-listen to this or listen to it for the first time, and you can use that for everything you want. But again, I want to say thank you very much
Thanks
for coming in.
Thanks for your support to live music in Vegas.
Oh yeah, no man, I'm telling
to
you,
the entertainment scene as a whole.
It is great, and positive, fun performers. That's what we're all about. And JC, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in. And we are going to turn this back over to Andre and the EMG radio station. We are on 91.5 KUNV HD2, The Rebel.